Hello, coin lovers. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're talking about 5 rare and valuable 10 Pfennig coins from Germany. These coins may look small, but they hold big stories and are worth a lot of money. Let's explore why collectors love them so much. Let's get started. Let's start our journey with the 1949 J10 Pfennig coin. This small coin may not look very special at first glance, but it holds great historical value. It was made in the year 1949, a very important time for Germany. After World War II, Germany was divided into East and West. The western part of Germany, known as West Germany, needed new money to help rebuild its economy. That's where this 10 Pfennig coin comes in. It was one of the first coins issued by West Germany after the war. The coin symbolized a fresh start for the country and its people. Now, let's talk about what the J means. If you look closely at the coin, you'll see the letter J stamped on it. This is the mint mark, and it tells us where the coin was made. The J means it was produced in Hamburg, one of the main mints in Germany. Hamburg has a long history of making coins, and the mint there is still active today. In 1949, different mints were producing the 10 Pfennig coin, but the one with the J's mint mark from Hamburg is one of the more sought-after versions by collectors. The coin was made out of aluminum, which was a common metal used during that time. It was light and easy to produce, especially during a time when materials were still limited after the war. On one side of the coin, you'll see the number 10 and the word Pfennig. On the other side, it says Bank Deutsche Länder, which was the name of the central bank before the Deutsche Bundesbank was established. This coin does not have any image of a famous person or building, but it carries strong meaning just by its presence and timing. Even though 66.9 million of these coins were minted, finding one in excellent condition is not easy. Most of these coins were used daily and show heavy signs of wear. That's why collectors are very interested in coins that still look clean and sharp. If a 1949 J10 Pfennig coin is in mint or uncirculated condition, it can be worth a lot of money. In some cases, collectors are willing to pay up to $1,300 for a top-grade example. That's a big price for a small coin, but it shows how valuable history can be. Sometimes, rare versions or proof coins were also made. These coins were not used by the public but were made for collectors or officials. Only a small number of these proof coins were produced, and they are even harder to find today. If you ever come across one, it could be worth even more than the regular version. Whether you're a collector or just curious about coins, the 1949 J10 Pfennig is a great example of how history, design, and condition all come together to create value. Let's now take a look at the 1966 J10 Pfennig coin. This coin may seem ordinary at first, but it holds a unique place in the world of German coins. Minted in 1966, it came out during a time when West Germany was already well on its way to becoming an economic powerhouse. After the struggles of the 1940s and 1950s, the 1960s were years of strong recovery and growth. The country's economy was booming, jobs were being created, and Germany was becoming one of the leading industrial nations in Europe. This little 10 Pfennig coin was part of everyday life for many people during this period of change. The coin carries the J's mint mark, which means it was produced in Hamburg. The Hamburg mint has a long history and is one of the most respected mints in Germany. When you look closely at this coin, you'll see the simple yet strong design. On the front side, or obverse, it says Bank Deutsche Länder around the edges, with the year 1966 printed at the bottom. This name means Bank of the German States, which was the official name used before the Deutsche Bundesbank was created. On the reverse side, it has the number 10 in the center with the word Pfennig below it. There are 2 wheat ears on either side of the number, representing agriculture and growth, which were very important to Germany's rebuilding. One reason why the 1966 J10 Pfennig coin is considered special is its relatively low mintage. Only about 32.1 million coins were produced in Hamburg that year, which is fewer compared to other years. Because of this lower number, the coin is harder to find today, especially in good condition. Over time, many of these coins were worn out or melted down when Germany transitioned to the euro in 2002. That means fewer high-quality coins remain, and that adds to their value. Condition plays a big role in how much a coin like this is worth. Coins that were used every day usually have scratches, faded details, and other signs of wear. But if you happen to find one that looks shiny, with clear edges and no damage, then you might have something valuable in your hands. Collectors look for these high-grade examples, and depending on the condition, this coin can be worth up to $1,000 today. That's a big jump from its original face value of just 10 Pfennig. In some cases, coins with errors can also be worth more. While there aren't many famous errors for the 1966 J10 Pfennig coin, collectors sometimes come across slight misprints, off-center strikes, or double strikes. These are rare, but if found, they can increase the value of the coin even more. People enjoy collecting these error coins because they are unique and hard to find. So, while the 1966 J10 Pfennig may look like just another old coin, it actually tells a story of Germany's growth and strength during the 1960s. It's a piece of everyday history that many people carried in their pockets, but today, it can be a treasured item for collectors who understand its background and rarity. Let's move on to the next coin in our journey, the 1977 D10 Pfennig coin. At first, it might look like just another small coin, but it's one of the most interesting and valuable coins from this series. The mint mark on this coin tells us that it was produced in Munich, one of Germany's most important mints. While millions of these coins were made for circulation, the real value lies in a special version of this coin, the proof version. Proof coins are made using a special process. They are struck with polished dies and high-quality metal blanks, which gives them a mirror-like finish and very sharp details. These coins are not meant to be used in daily life. Instead, they are made for collectors or for official sets. In 1977, the proof version of the 10 Pfennig coin was produced in very small numbers. Only about 51,000 of these coins were made. That's a very small number compared to the regular circulation coins, which often had mintages in the millions. Because of this, the 1977 D-proof coin is extremely rare and valuable. If you're lucky enough to have one in your collection, and it's in excellent condition, it could be worth up to $2,000. That's an amazing value for such a small coin, but it's not just about the money. The rarity and quality of the proof version make it a prized item among collectors. The design of the coin is the same as other 10 Pfennig coins from that era. On one side, you'll see the number 10 in large font, with Pfennig written below it. 2 ears of wheat sit on either side, symbolizing agriculture and the hard-working nature of the German people. On the other side, it reads Bundesrepublik Deutschland, which means Federal Republic of Germany, along with the year 1977. What sets this coin apart, especially the proof version, is not just how it looks, but how it was made. Proof coins are carefully handled during production. They are often struck more than once to bring out all the details. Workers wear gloves to avoid leaving fingerprints, and the coins are sealed quickly to protect them from scratches and damage. This level of care means that each proof coin is like a tiny piece of art. Even if you don't have the proof version, a regular 1977 D10 Pfennig coin in perfect, uncirculated condition can still have good value. It may not reach the same price, but collectors always look for coins in top condition from specific years and mints. If you find one that looks shiny and shows little or no wear, it could still be worth adding to your collection. Sometimes, coin collectors also look for errors, but for the 1977 D10 Pfennig, no major errors have been widely reported. However, as with any coin, small minting mistakes can increase its value if they're unusual and rare. Now let's take a look at the 1981 D10 Pfennig coin. This coin is one of the more recent ones before the German mark system started to phase out in preparation for the euro. Minted in the year 1981, this coin comes from the Munich Mint, which is shown by this mint mark. At first glance, this coin might not seem that special, especially since over 135 million of them were produced. But what makes it interesting and valuable is its condition, rarity and top quality, and the fact that it was one of the last years this coin was widely used. The 1980s in Germany were a time of stability and economic growth. Most people were living in peace and comfort, and this coin was part of daily life. Everyone used it to buy small things like candy, bus tickets, or bread. So naturally, most of these coins were used heavily and became scratched or worn out over time. That's why finding a 1981 D10 Pfennig coin in perfect, uncirculated condition is not easy today. Many of them were spent, damaged, or eventually melted down when Germany changed its money to the euro. The design of the coin is the same as other 10 Pfennig coins made after 1950. On one side, it shows the number 10 in the middle with the word Pfennig below it. On both sides of the number, you'll see two small ears of wheat. These stand for farming, growth, and the hard-working spirit of the German people. On the other side of the coin, it says Bundesrepublik Deutschland, meaning Federal Republic of Germany, and you'll see the year 1981 written clearly. What really makes this coin valuable to collectors is its condition. Most coins from this year are very common in average or poor condition. But if you find one that looks shiny, has no scratches, and has sharp details, it could be worth much more than its original value. A high-grade, uncirculated 1981 D10 Pfennig coin can sell for up to $1,500 today. That's a big reward for a small coin, and collectors are always on the lookout for coins like this. Another reason why this coin is special is that it was one of the last years before production of the 10 Pfennig coin started to slow down. In the 1980s and early 1990s, people started using other coins and bills more often, so coins like the 10 Pfennig were made in smaller numbers after this. This gives the 1981 version a bit of a historical mark. It's one of the last of its kind from the regular minting period. There are no widely known minting errors from this year and mint, but as always, mistakes can happen. Coins that have off-center strikes, missing details, or double images are rare, but if they exist, they can raise the value even more. Coin collectors enjoy hunting for these kinds of rare pieces because they make any collection more exciting and valuable. Now let's talk about the 1990 G10 Pfennig coin. This coin is one of the most interesting ones because of the time in history when it was made. The year 1990 was a very special year for Germany. It was the year when East and West Germany came back together as one country after being divided for many years. This big event is called German reunification. Because of that, the 1990 G10 Pfennig coin is not just money, it's a piece of history. The G's mint mark on this coin shows that it was made at the Karlsruhe mint. Karlsruhe is one of the main mints in Germany and has been making coins for a long time. In 1990, the mint produced over 103 million of these 10 Pfennig coins, so you might think it's not very rare. But collectors still look for this coin, especially in perfect condition, because of its connection to such an important time in German history. The design of the coin is the same as the other 10 Pfennig coins that were used in West Germany. On the front side, you see the number 10 with the word Pfennig below it. There are two ears of wheat on each side of the number. These symbols stand for farming and the hard work of the people. On the back of the coin, you'll find the words Bundesrepublik Deutschland, which means Federal Republic of Germany, along with the year 1990. Even though many of these coins were made, the value comes from how well the coin has been kept. Coins that were used in shops, buses, and markets usually have scratches or worn-down areas. But a 1990 G10 Pfennig coin that still looks brand new, shiny, and with no damage can be worth a lot more. In top condition, some of these coins have sold for up to $1,000. That's pretty amazing for a coin that once could only buy a piece of candy or a phone call. Sometimes coins are worth more because of mistakes made during the minting process. These are called error coins. While the 1990 G10 Pfennig coin doesn't have any very famous errors, it's always possible that a few coins were made with small mistakes, like an off-center design or extra metal on one part of the coin. If you ever find a coin like that, it could be even more valuable. This coin is also special because it was one of the last times the 10 Pfennig was used as everyday money. After Germany became one country again, the country moved closer to joining the euro system. That meant many older coins were no longer used and were taken out of circulation. So finding a 1990 G10 Pfennig coin today in great shape is harder than you might think. Even though it may seem like just a small piece of change, the 1990 G10 Pfennig coin carries a lot of meaning. It reminds people of the time when Germany became one again, and it stands as a symbol of unity, change, and history. Each of these coins tells a unique story of Germany's journey through the 20th century. From post-war recovery to reunification, they encapsulate pivotal moments in history. If you're a collector or history enthusiast, these coins are more than just currency, they're treasures of the past. Thank you for joining us on this numismatic journey. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more fascinating insights into the world of rare coins. Until next time, keep collecting and cherishing history.